For most of us, a big reason we fail to live up to our potential is because we procrastinate. Whether we're students, entrepreneurs, employees, or CEOs, whatever we're doing, it's a common human problem. In this video, I'm gonna outline a step-by-step way to stop procrastinating for good and start unleashing that potential that you know is buried deep inside you. So keep watching. Now, the first step is actually nothing to do with your own motivation or skill. Most people, when they're trying to move forwards in life, they waste the majority of their energy on the wrong areas, leaving them feeling frustrated and stagnant. We try and focus our energy on why this matters, why we are failing to act, why we should change. But actually, a much easier place to start isn't anything to do with us, our mindsets, or our psychology. And it's simply to eliminate distractions. Look around you right now as you're watching this video or listening. Are you actually aware of the distractions in the environment around you? How many tabs are open in your browser window? How many things are competing for your focus right now? It's an easy first step, eliminating all your distractions. And to know what to eliminate, you need to know what your specific distractions and triggers are. What are the things that lead you to waste hours on end procrastinating and up to no good? A really good rule to stack on top of this is the well-known 5-second rule created by Mel Robbins. And it's a simple mental cue that helps you to avoid what is known as the spotlight effect. And that's the idea that the longer you dwell on whether or not you should do something, the less likely you become to act, the more likely you become to think of all the great reasons why you should delay. I'll do it tomorrow. Surely it can wait. Procrastinate. So what can you do to counter this inevitable, innate spotlight effect that creeps up over you? Well, use this proven and powerful technique. When you have a task that you would like to do and you feel that bit of resistance to put it off until later, I want you to imagine you're an astronaut about to lift off into the atmosphere on a rocket. And as you're about to lift off, you hear the voice from Mission Control counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you get started with that task. Whenever you feel the grip of resistance tightening and you feel like procrastinating again, try this mental trick. Count down like you're mission controlled and lift off, do the thing that you're supposed to be doing when the counter hits 0. And make this a habit, a mental game that you play that you never miss. You don't feel like doing something? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You don't feel like working out? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You get the idea. Step number 2, and the reason why most people procrastinate so often, is a poorly defined goal that focuses on vague outcomes in the future rather than the activation energy we need right now. What I mean here is we need to change our focus to getting started rather than these vague generalizations about being in the zone. I mean, what does that even mean? I can't control whether I'm in the zone, motivated, fired up or not, but I can just get started without motivation. Here's an example. You know you have a lot of work to get done, but what does that actually mean? What work do you need to do? When? What are the steps that are involved? If you have some revision or studying to do, don't hide behind vague generalizations. Be extremely specific and extremely scientific. Break it down. Do you need to create notes on page 43 of your engineering textbook? Do you need to review the notes you've already made and create flashcards? What is it that you want to focus on actually getting done? What is the exact first step that you need to complete? And what is going to help you to get started? And focus your energy and your attention in on that. And once you've figured that out, work out the process that happens after that. Repeat this process of breaking things down so it's so small you could do it in 5 minutes. And then use the 5-second rule that Mel Robbins created to give you that cue to get started. Stop waiting for the perfect set of conditions where you feel motivated and you're able to do your best. Because chances are, most of the time, when we need to get things done, we're not going to feel motivated. Step 3 is a huge reason why I see so many of my life coaching clients fail to succeed on the goals that they set during a session. And it's a reason why there are literally hundreds and thousands of videos by Ali Abdaal, Thomas Frank, etc. on this topic of procrastination. And yet so many of us continue to suffer and delay and procrastinate for decades of our lives. And it's a simple fact that we never truly hold ourselves accountable. A common question that I get asked as a life coach is, will you hold me accountable? Will you push me to stick to my goals? And my response is always the same. No, I won't be the one to hold you accountable. I want you to hold yourself to account. Why? Not because I don't want that for you, but I want the integrity and the spirit inside you to be so powerful that that's the biggest driver, not me, not some external agent, but an internal mindset that you have of your own, that if you say, I'm gonna do something, you follow through, you take action, you make it happen, no matter what, no matter whether you feel like it or not. Because the thing is, when an egg breaks from outside, life ends. When an egg breaks open from inside, life begins. And in the same way, when you always rely on other people to push you, motivate you, hold you accountable, it diminishes your personal power. It leaves you weaker. But when you're able to motivate yourself in any circumstance, and you're holding yourself to the highest office of accountability and honesty, it promotes you, it lifts you. There's only one person, after all, who can walk the path, and you already know who that person is. It's you. So if you're procrastinating right now on something, I've given you the best ideas, tools, strategies. They're really simple. But are you able to commit to them? Just as when we sign a contract, when we're buying a house, we say, yes, I commit to paying this mortgage. I commit to paying this amount over these number of years at this percentage. Why can't we too commit the very same energy and accountability to our own goals and our own dreams, to our own purpose and potential? Is it not worth it? Is that not something that you seek? If you need to, sign a piece of paper that you commit yourself right now, today, to doing these tasks. Post in the comments that you're gonna follow these strategies as an action taker, not an expert in theory, to stop hesitating, to start actualizing, because no one can do any of those things for us. And it's only action that's gonna lead the way. It's action that creates the motivation you're waiting for. Step number 4 is reward and relaxation. We live in a culture that promotes productivity and positivity first. But it's important to relax, reward yourself, and pour back into your life. What is the best thing you can do to reward yourself once you've got this thing done? What would be something that you could look forward to, that you could be excited about? It doesn't have to be huge, it doesn't even have to be complicated. It could simply be sitting down at the end of it all, when your work is done and you've conquered yet another day, to eat your favorite vegan ice cream whilst watching your favorite anime, like Hunter x Hunter. It could be going for a nice long walk with someone you hold dear and beloved. A routine that isn't rewarded is a routine that isn't completed. And I want you to feel complete. It's a cycle of cue, routine, and reward. You probably heard it before. So just as you get a reward of dopamine when you check your phone or you watch your favorite TV show, how can you become your own life hacker? What could you do to reward yourself for taking the right course of action today? Don't underestimate the power of this idea. And something to add into this is noticing your own state of mind. Are you relaxed? Maybe that's what's stopping you. One thing that I've been doing more and more recently is just asking myself the simple question, am I complete? Is my cup full? And if it's anything but overflowing, I ask myself, how can I overfill it? Because you can't pour from an empty or even half empty cup. But you can when you're overflowing. Just like when you go on holiday and you come back and you're ready to work, the same applies with the day-to-day, being totally relaxed when you start your work. Now, before I go on to our last and most important step, I want to say a special thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people just like me and you. It's a great place for you to explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. One of the things that I've been doing for the last month is thinking about how I can incorporate more greenery and plants in my workspace, as it's pretty much non-existent right now. I've been taking part in Christopher Griffin's Skillshare class called Plants at Home, Uplift Your Spirit and Your Space. And the main reason that I've not gotten any plants in my house up until this point is honestly, I've just been scared. I don't know where to start. I don't want any plants to die on me. And Christopher's class has really taught me the power of having plants in your environment and how to assess yourself, your space, to find the perfect plant for me. So yeah, I'm excited about getting my first one once this lockdown is over and I can visit the garden center again. Skillshare is curated specifically for learning, meaning there are no ads and they're always launching new premium classes. So you can stay focused and follow your creativity wherever it takes you. It's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, and the first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of the premium membership so you can explore your creativity. And it's also, I think, a great one-of-a-kind gift to give your family this Christmas. So check them out. Number 5, and the last step, the trickiest one, is making all of these things a consistent routine. It's easy to do the right thing once, but what the greats, individuals who live wholeheartedly with the maximum level of purpose and power in their lives, is they stick to these fundamental principles, not just once, but every day. So set your own rules to guide you away from the doom and gloom of procrastination by making success a routine, not just an idea. Stanford professor BJ Fogg, an expert who's known all over the world for his breakthroughs in understanding human behavior and habits, he advises us that we should design what he calls a stack of habits in our routine. For example, take a habit you already have and try adding another on top of it. Let's say you want to get better at sleeping early and not being on your phone before bed, something we all need to do, I think. Find something you already do every evening, like having your dinner. That's a habit you already have, and add something else right next to it. So when I finish eating my dinner, I will leave my phone in the kitchen drawer and I will drink a cup of peppermint tea before going to my bedroom. So what you've done here is you've addressed the goal of using your phone less and waking up early by adding a simple action that is triggered by something you already do. It's easy, it's appealing, and it's obvious to do. Those of you who've read James Clear's Atomic Habits, you know what I'm talking about. So there we have it. I've outlined the 5 steps to overcoming procrastination, but now it's over to you. What are you gonna do with this information? Are you gonna forget about it in 10 minutes? Or will you have committed to something different? Will you have committed to a new way of living in 10 minutes? Success in procrastination, really, it just boils down to this: leaning into when you don't feel like doing stuff. Yeah, there's things that can help, like drinking coffee or watching a motivational video. At the end of the day, you can consume all the nootropics, learn all the techniques, watch all the videos, and become the foremost expert in procrastination theory. It's only gonna get you so far. If you're searching for a tip to help you overcome procrastination, the only tip that matters is the one that you master. So don't let your life slip by while you're scrolling, looking at your feed, looking at other people's stuff, because none of those things really matter at the end of the day. Thank you so much for your time. And if you want to learn more about why you procrastinate, check out my totally free YouTube productivity course called Limitless. It's over here. It covers everything that you need to know. And yeah, that's it. Don't subscribe, don't like the video, just enjoy. Peace.